still bright. Oh, so many epiphanies coming, like I said. Oh yeah. Hi, beautiful people. Hello, beloveds. One of the things I learned was from this crazy, amazing teacher, a bruja, a maga, a witch, a musician, a sacred soul that I met in Chapala, Mexico. She taught me about family constellations. At this last radical self-love retreat, I say that I learned so much. I am so blessed to have stepped into what lights my fire in such a big way, because I'm growing in ways that are phenomenal. Anyway, all that I've already said. What I learned from Marisa at this past radical self-love retreat has to do with family constellations and the work of Bert Hellinger, and being able to spend time with Marisa, who embodies the wisdom that she learns in such powerful ways. I feel so honored. To have had the time that I had with her. It was such a gift for me, and I know that it's just the beginning. But anyway, what she talked about is the laws of love. The laws of love. And like I said, I don't know this stuff. I just learned it this past week. So talk to Marisa. I can reach you out to her, or look up the book and the work. But what I understand is that there are these laws of what needs to happen for balance, what needs to be in balance in our life. And we are out of balance in our world. We are so out of balance. What needs to be balanced is hierarchy. There are levels of hierarchy. I cringed with this because I didn't believe about. I don't want humans. I fight against the hierarchies. So I'm still grappling with this. But in a family, for example, the children shouldn't be taking care of the parents. That hierarchy is out of balance. That happened in my life a lot. Yeah. There was a disbalance in hierarchy as a child. Second one is belonging. No one can be exiled. Mother Teresa said, what we have forgotten is that we belong to one another. Reverend Gregory Boyle says he has two premises. One, we're all good. We're all good. No exceptions. Two, we all belong. No exceptions. I think something like that. Can't remember because it's 2:30 in the morning. And then the third is give and take. Give and receive. A balance of give and receive. Giving and receiving. Taking is different than receiving. She talked a lot about that. We'll dig into some of these parts. I'm going to make this short. I want to just honor one of my addictions. Ruth Barnhart said to me a while ago, "Oh, honey, you're addicted to helping. You're addicted to giving," something like that. "Oh, honey, you're addicted to helping." That's what she said. And my response was, "Fuck you." And then I have realized, so it's so true. So, and I learned that in this retreat in bigger ways than I ever understood. So I'm just going to tell you a little bit about my addiction. Here I am in the shed. Long story. But I'm going to tell you a tiny little piece of it in order to, I guess, to claim, to honor the way I'm addicted to giving. When my grandbaby was born, almost 6 years ago, it'll be 6 years ago on the 20th of this month, I was there for his birth. And I was there for a week before and a week after in another state. And there was a moment where I was holding him, 3 days old, and I was doing some work for Stanford on Zoom, and I had this baby in my lap, and I'm looking out the window at his precious parents who are doing their very best. And I thought, oh, I can't leave him here. How can I leave him here? I was in fear of what might happen to him. And so I wrote a letter to my daughter and to my little Cuddlebug's dad and to Cuddlebug, and I said, come live with me, come stay at my house. And I had the main room in the house with a sliding glass door that walked out in the backyard and the bathroom. I thought it was important for them to have the room that had the bathroom in it, because, you know, there are 3 of them and there's a tiny baby. So in 2020, in February, I moved into a tent in my backyard. There was a canopy over that tent, so I was out of the rain. But I lived in a tent. I lived in a tent because I needed to help. I needed to fix so badly that I moved out of my own home into a tent in the backyard. So here's true confessions about my addiction. Yeah, we're all addicts. We're all addicts. And it isn't until we can name and honor and say, yeah, of course, and love myself up, love ourselves up, practicing radical self-love. It's not until then that we can just honor our addictions, when we're defending ourselves, when we're defending how and being dishonest about our addictions, we can't heal. So I'm being honest. Honesty as an act of radical self-love, claiming my addiction as an act of radical self-love. That's what I'm doing today, right now, in the middle of the night. How are you practicing radical self-love? Love you.